Hello, everyone. Welcome to Kiki and Kibbitz. It's me, Mary, on this 90-day Sunday, July 13th. Happy 90-day Sunday to everyone. And I'm here with today's edition of 90-day Oy Vey. Andrei and Elizabeth. Did they move? Are they moving? What's going on? And David and Annie, whose daughter is sick in the hospital with RSV, are being harassed by trolls, or a troll, I should say. First, I want to thank everyone in my live chat. Okay. Hi, Silly Shally. Hi, Elizabeth. My trusty moderator, Menopausal Queen. Hi, Guest So. Hi, Jay. Hi, Papalion Purple. Hi, B. Thank you, everybody, for taking time out of your 90-day Sunday to join me. Hi, Miss Nina. So I have covered a couple of really hard subjects in my last couple of videos. Hi, Just Joe. Hi, Kimberly. So I kind of want to keep today really lighthearted. Okay. So, first off, happy 90-day Sunday from Darcy and her turkey leg. And I'm screaming like Darcy that I have to watch another Happily Ever After tonight. I'm hoping that I stay awake for this one. Okay. So I'm taking one for the team, you guys. I'm going to watch the episodes and do my 90 days and 900 seconds recaps. But yeah, so happy 90-day Sunday, everybody, from Darcy's Turkey Leg. And let's start off this edition of 90 Day Oy Vey with a message from Andre.
Feeling like a legend over here. There's nobody at the gym. I'm the only one, even in the upper body area. Sport event or something? What is everybody drinking?
So that is 90 Day Sunday message from Andre. So if you guys are wondering what they've been up to and whether they're like preparing for a big move to Moldova, it really doesn't look like it. Okay. Today they're hanging out with Papa Chuck. Okay, Chuck posted this to his stories, and then Elizabeth posted this to her stories. Doesn't look like they're going anywhere.
Ellie's got something to say about the springs.
We're going to the springs. Let's have fun.
And what are you gonna do? You gonna swim?
I'm going to swim and go to the beach and have a fun day.
Bravo.
Isn't she precious?
Today we are at Crystal River. We're gonna take the boat out and go to a nice little island nearby. Gang's all here.
Yeah, these two are not going anywhere. Okay, they go out on the boat with Papa Chuck on the weekends. They have barbecues at his house. I mean, yeah, do you think they're going to move to Moldova away from Elizabeth's family, no matter how much Andre complains that they're toxic and this and that and this and that? Yeah, okay. Moving on. Jovi and Yara are reminiscing about their first trip together to Budapest and how the first 2 days were a total shit show. But 2 days lasted into 2 weeks, and they're still together. Now, listen, don't get me wrong. Yara and Mila's adorable. Okay, she was so cute on the beach the first episode, burying daddy. But a 4-year-old cannot carry her parents' whole storyline. So, yeah, not interested. And you know who else I'm definitely not interested in, especially after the first episode? Lauren and Alex. Alex, no offense, okay, but your wife is fucking annoying AF. So, especially after that whole kung fu fighting house warming party first episode, not interested. Now, remember Thais was really upset because Lauren sent Patrick a message basically telling Patrick to tell Thais to stop running her mouth about her when she was on Pillow Talk. And I watched that episode, okay? And Thais really didn't say anything. All she said was, I've seen this version of Lauren when they showed the clip of Lauren screaming like a lunatic at Andre. But she really didn't say anything. And you know what I find highly ironic about this whole Thais Lauren situation? Lauren knows that on Pillow Talk, the producers feed you things to say and feed you things to build on. Okay, so I think Lauren needs to just stop being so damn sensitive. I mean, that's the only thing I could say. But John has his own theory about this. Okay, so check out John's theory. And you gotta love John. That's all I gotta say.
Now, this is just my 2 cents, all right? And as I see it between the Thais and Lauren thing, realistically, Thais started it because she got upset because when Lauren was on Pillow Talking, she referenced she thought I was funny. That's when Thais had an issue. So, honestly speaking, Thais, you're the one that started this. You were a little jealous yourself.
And so that is her brother-in-law's take on it all. Okay, you have to love John. John loves stirring the fucking pot, and there we go. Okay, Stacy will be joining Darcy for their joint 50th birthday celebration. Yes, the big 50. Now, someone in my prior comments had mentioned that Darcy was born in 1974. Actually, let me do a quick freaking Google search, because if she was born in 1974, that means Darcy and I are the same age. Yes. Her date of birth is September 23rd, 1974, which means she will be turning 51 on her birthday. So Darcy and Stacy and I are all the same age. Now, I'm mind blown at the moment, so excuse me while I relight my joint. So Stacy will be joining Darcy at their joint 50th birthday party, and they are reminiscing about their brother Michael, who passed away. So, moving on, of course, happily ever after, we have Jazzy and her best friend. Okay, Tiger Silly, watch out. Jazzy may be showing up to your house because she wants to play around with your fancy bathroom and with your bidet in your bathroom, and she may bring her best friend with her. So, just a heads up, Tiger Silly, you may have a house guest really soon. And speaking of Jazzy's best friend, and let's put that in air quotes, he is getting, ready for his scenes, and Jazzy is flirting with him in his comments. Hi, handsome. Are you single? Asking for a friend. And then Brandon, okay, yes, that Brandon says, can we start our four-poll now? And Jasmine puts a bunch of laughing faces, and Matt puts a bunch of laughing faces. Everybody just yuck, yuck, chucking it up in the comments. So I know Matt is really happy that he's appearing on Happily Ever After with Jasmine, because he's been a bit actor. He's had a couple of, small parts in independent movies and such. So appearing on a show like 90 Day Fiance, which is also shown in I don't even know how many countries, I think like 40 other countries or something. So yeah, this is a big achievement for him. So yeah, Matt, I mean, whatever floats your boat. Now, I don't know if Jasmine is trying to hammer home the point that Matt is the baby daddy. I mean, these comparison pictures she keeps putting up, and oh, daddy, daddy. Yes, we know he's the baby daddy. Okay. I mean, Maddie looks like she could have literally fallen out of Matt's butt. Spitting image. Okay. Clone of her daddy. Just saying. Now, Jazzy, Is Matt your friend? Is he your fiance? Is that a promise ring? Like, what is going on with all these cryptic posts? But hey, happily ever after shall play out. It's only episode 2. Now, Gino, he is seeing Natalie, the brunette, on screen. And spoiler alert, stick your fingers in your ears if you don't want to know. But when him and Natalie don't work out, he started seeing Kelly, the blonde, off screen. And him and Kelly are no longer together either. So, yeah. So, as I keep telling you guys, Guillermo and Cara are the only ones I'm really interested in this season. I mean, Guillermo blurted out she cheated. So, let's see how all that plays out. Because honestly, you guys know my interest has faded as fast as Adnan's hairline in Happily Ever After. And we only, have watched episode 1. Tonight's episode 2. So, yeah. Now, moving on for Hunt or Hump for Love. It's nice to see the singles on social media because we don't fucking see them on screen except for a handful. And the dating coach, she did this cute little thing, Tanya, the dating coach, where she featured the singles, and I'm like, cool. So she one of the things she says was finding balance. What are your good and bad traits while dating? And we have Cece who says, good traits. I am someone you can definitely take home to meet your parents and friends. Bad traits, getting me to commit is like competing in American Ninja Warrior. And then we have Joe. Okay, Joe, who's like tickling Chantel's fancy. My loyalty and respect if I feel you. I'm really a lover boy. Plus, a good 7 inches never hurt anyone. LOL. Okay, Joe, TMI. Bad traits. None. LOL. These females are the problem. Then Tanya, the dating coach, put together a little did you know section. Did you know Joe is 6 feet tall and of Jamaican descent, but currently resides in Miami, Florida? Cassidy turned 25 years old while filming and had a private beach party to celebrate. The cast had a hangout room where pajama parties, movie nights, pool parties, and games all took place when they were filming. Chris had an interest in Jen and Tessa at the masquerade party. Nikki is a vegetarian, loves animals, and owns a swimsuit line called Daisy Avenue. If you guys watched my last video, you knew that already. Jay wears all white consistently and is the second tallest cast member at 6'3". Mel, who's Mel? Is a vegan, creative entrepreneur, choreographer, DJ, spiritual guide, and more. Oh, May. Sorry, I thought that said Mel. Her journey bridges movement, holistic wellness, and self expression through music and diversity. Best trio, Lexi, Tessa, and Cassidy. So, dating coach Tanya, put this together, and basically, this is the most info that we got about the singles because we don't fucking see them on the show. Okay, so thank you, dating coach Tanya, for putting that together for us. Now, um, Elise, who we do see all the time, had an article with the Daily Mail, and basically she feels empowered to be transparent about her plastic surgery because the Kardashians are. Hey, girl, do you? That's all I have to say. Now, moving on. Annie and David's little girl has been sick. She was in the hospital. She currently still is in the hospital with a RSV infection, which is basically the common cold, but it could be deadly when it comes to wee babies and older people. So, Annie and David have been posting updates to their stories, and it is disgusting to me when I saw this on David's stories today. Basically, they have a troll. Someone is being a real fucking asshole, and excuse my French, to David and Annie during this time. Okay? Their daughter is sick. Annie is like crying all over IG. And we have a fucking asshole who feels like, hey, this is the great time. Let me go and troll Annie for her English. And let me say horrible things to her while her baby is sick and she's crying in the hospital. Yeah, this is a great fucking time. I DM'd David. I said, are you going to block this person? And David said, yes. But, I just want to give her the attention that she so much desires. Yeah, so I have a feeling that person will be shutting down their IG by the end of today. Just my opinion. I mean, attack a mom whose baby is in the hospital. Yeah, real good move. I mean, these are the emotions that you're supposed to see when your baby's sick. Okay? Not like this bitch. And I'm really not going to get into it much because, like I said, my last couple of videos, they have been really heavy subjects. And I just kind of want to keep this one lighthearted, mostly for me and my mental space. Okay. But this bitch, unlike this bitch's demeanor after her daughter died, her 5-week old daughter that we didn't even know she had. So if you guys haven't checked out my 90-day Oy vey video about this whole situation, please do. I actually pinned it to the top of my YouTube channel so you could find it very, very, very easily. And the only things I want to say about this, okay, I've read comments that maybe Leida meant that her daughter was on life support, because one of the inconsistencies that I am like, what the fuck, is that Eric said that his daughter was on life support for 5 days and then died on Wednesday, when Leida told Maria at Drop the Mic that she died on Sunday. Well, if you look at this message, which is dated on Sunday, she says, my daughter is in heaven now. Maria, my baby is in heaven now. So I really think she meant that her baby passed away. So that's an inconsistency that I'm like, okay. And another, like I said, Eric posted on his Facebook that the baby died after being on life support for 5 days. The real victim in all this is Elisa Rosenbrook. I'm getting emotional just talking about this again. Elisa Eleanor Rosenbrook, 5 weeks old, and it says here suffered a serious injury on July 5th. Eric was arrested early morning hours of July 5th for DV against Leida. Check out my video. I get into it in depth. I have voice messages from Leida that was shared with me. And yeah, so that's all I'm going to say is just check out my video. And I'm going to change the mood. Asuelu is in the army. Okay. He, I believe, finished boot camp and had the opportunity to hang out with his boys for the weekend. The turnaround of Asuelu has given me whiplash, but you know something? I'm here for it. I'm here for Asuelu. First of all, joining our armed forces, I think that was a great move for him. It will teach him maturity, discipline, and all that. And, him and Kalani, I want to say a win for the co-parenting between the two of them. I mean, just to see how they have grown and how much Asuelu has grown. Personal growth. That's all I got to say. Personal growth. Okay. Now, Robert and Annie, their children are adorable. And I just wanted to share. Um, it's been a long time since I had this stage in my house, but here is Annie's adorable little boy. Okay, check him out here.
Elia eating the decoration. I had to move everything from my table because Elia want to destroy. Elia, that's no food. Stop eating that. And begging, look, begging my stuff. He enjoy that. I think he's funny.
Of course he enjoys that. He's a wee baby. I mean, he's going to put everything in his mouth because he's teething, right, you guys? It's been a long time since I've gone through this stage, but seeing wee babies like that, I'm like, oh, yeah. Now I remember why I just had one. So now, moving on, we have Shekinah. Okay, Shekinah, Shekinah's something else. Thank you, Amini, for making me Team Shekinah. Okay. But yeah, I just want to show you two quick videos. One, today she is at Sarper's Boot Laugh Camp. Okay. And the second one, she was in her car the other day and she was opening up a package. Okay. So I just want to share this with you guys and then we'll talk about it. Well, I have to mute the music here or I'll get a copyright thingy. But this is her warming up for Sarper's Boot Laugh Camp. So just a couple of warm-up exercises. And then they start the boot camp, but then I lost interest. So yes, here's Shekinah warming up. You hear Sarper in the background, but unfortunately I can't play it because I don't want to get a copyright thingy because there's also music. So there she goes. Now, this is her in her car, very excited over something that I've been searching high and low for my niece.
We ordered 4. So, let's see. Let's see which one this one is. Hopefully this one matches my purse today because it can't just be brown on brown. Although that is a look. Oh, yes. Okay, I'm happy. Oh my God. Oh, it's so cute. Oh my God. The eyes have sparkles in them. Oh my God. Okay, I'm really happy. I don't even care if they're like still on trend or whatever. Why is there string hanging out of it? Is it not finished being made? Okay, did you guys hear these are demon possessed? I don't know if they are. Are they? I hope not. Okay, this one's going on my purse.
Shekinah, first of all, yours probably has a string hanging off of it because it's probably a lafufu. Like my niece told me, there's la boo boos, and then there's knockoffs who people call la fufus. And apparently Sheen sells a whole line of la fufus, which are which are more popular according to my niece than the original la boo boos. All I know is my niece is my goddaughter, and I will stand on my head if I could for my niece. And she was like, TT, Mommy took me to 4 malls and all the Pop Mart stores didn't have La Boo Boos. And I was looking high and low. So when I saw that Shekinah got not 1, but 4 La Boo Boos, I had to DM her to ask her. But you know something? Even though she didn't get back to me, my hubby always comes through. And he got 2 La Boo Boos. So I don't know what they are. They're these little dolls. Adults, kids are like going crazy over them. All I know is whatever my niece wants, I will get. Just saying. So, moving on. Shekinah is setting up for another season, whether it is Happily Ever After or Last Resort. But you see her stories she's putting up. Oh, I've been spending a lot of alone time lately. If I was a guy, I would want a girl like me, and all this other crap. But then the next moment, she's like, "Oh, look at my man. He's so cute. He's getting an eye exam. Oh, look at my man. He's so cute. He's on stage doing stand-up comedy." Yeah, he's just like, they're both just setting up themselves for another season, whatever spin-off it will be. I have a feeling it's going to be Last Resort. But Sarper's next comedy show is August 6th, and he's going to be in Baltimore. So now I guess he's trying to hit the East Coast. Let's see him come to New York. If he comes to New York, I will actually try to get tickets to go to his show. Okay, that I could convince my husband to buy tickets and for us to go. Okay, so if Sarper ever comes to New York, I will go to his show. Now, moving on. Amini, okay, released her full Shekinah, and if it's based on the 50 seconds that she released on IG, it's not worth me subscribing to her OnlyFans to get the whole version. And honestly, I really don't care that much, okay? Because she sees this whole thing as a money grab, but then she says she's going to give back. So Shekinah has done things in the past. Sorry, Shekinah. Amini has done things in the past like coffee giveaways and giving money to her followers. So hey, if she's doing all this to make money, to give back, I don't know why she has to drag another woman down, but I don't know, whatever. So, what really concerns me about Amini was this picture that Matt posted. I want to know what's happening here. Okay, girl, wake up. Like, what's happening? So, yeah. Now, Amber from Love in Paradise, she has actually something to say about Amini and her opinions. So let's yeah. And Amber's not a messy person. So if Amber is coming on her social media, she just had a baby, she's doing the newborn life. She got something to say.
My husband's gonna kill me. I haven't died to talk some shit. Just know that my story about our K1 and the immigration process was real. I didn't go on TV to become a rapper. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna.
Okay, so she didn't go on TV to become a rapper. And I'm like, oh, that is shade at Amini. And I'm like, why would Amber, want to throw shade at Amini? So I asked her, and you know something? She's absolutely right. The whole throuple couple situation, the whole, BS storyline really makes a mockery out of real couples who went through the whole K1 visa process, like Daniel and Amber, Mark and Mina. Now, speaking of Mark and Mina, they were, in Europe and Clayton was with them. And I was so happy to see Clayton with them. But it looks like Clayton's going to come back to the States with them. Okay, today Mark posted that they were going on a boat ride in Los Angeles. We have Maria, we have Mina. Where is Clayton? And that really makes me disappointed. Disappointed, sad, and angry. Okay. So we have Aaliyah, who is hanging out with Thais. Of course, they're both from Brazil. And Sophie. This pairing, Sophie, Aaliyah, I'm like, see, that's a good question. What is going on with his visa? when they were all in Europe together, I was really hoping that they worked things out with his visa and his passport and that he would be coming back with them. Doesn't look like anything worked out. I'm like, what the fuck? So we have Greg, who was reminiscing about his first trip to Uganda and making some lemon bars and stuff for a hot summer day. And Jessica and Juan, okay, like I mentioned, Juan is now a travel agent. Um, they are talking about booking cruises. So to celebrate having 40K followers on TikTok, they're giving away a free three day cruise, I believe. But since Juan is a travel agent, I'm sure that he could book some cruises. And does that mean him and Jessica will be going on some cruises soon? Juan knows cruises. Yes, if that's one thing Juan knows cruises. That is the truth. So now Rose has decided to start up her YouTube channel again, which I think is fantastic. Okay. When she was actually paying attention to her YouTube channel, she was raking in the views, she was raking in the subscribers. So I'm sure she was making a good amount of money. Okay. And not a lot, not like bazillions of dollars, but a decent amount of money. So, you know, in addition to her side hustle with her OnlyFans, and now she has started up her YouTube again. All I can say is that I really hope that Rose gets to keep at least her YouTube money. Because from what I understand, allegedly, word on the street, okay, Rose is in financial trouble. Her beauty line is not doing so well. Okay. And she owes money to her cousin, who has now turned into her handler, answering all of her comments, all of her DMs, and her OnlyFans messages. Because, technically, Rose cannot be an OnlyFans content creator in the Philippines. You can subscribe to OnlyFans, but you can't be a content creator on OnlyFans in the Philippines. So her cousin, who is married to a some American citizen, set up the OnlyFans for her using her info. So all the money goes into her account. I mean, allegedly. So I'm just hoping that this YouTube money is going directly to Rose. Now, Tata, can you please just tell us what the fuck is going on in your marriage with James? Okay. I hate when these cast members do these cryptic posts. Just fucking lay it out for us. Okay. Please. I don't have the patience. So, Liz and her daughter Riley were doing a 5K for ovarian cancer. And I'm assuming this is her fiance. Okay. So, moving on, Annie, Brenda, whatever her name is, posted a throwback picture of herself when she was 22 years old. Thank you, Tiffno, so much for the super chat. I really, really appreciate it. And we have Ingrid, who had to suffer with Brian. Okay, remember her? Girl, I don't know how she did it. And it's not because he's in a wheelchair. It has nothing to do with him being in a wheelchair. Just has to do with him being a big creep. Okay? And do you guys remember Stephen and Melina? Yep, well, here they are. And Vanya, she made bail. Did you know that basically she was stealing from stores? To make a long story short, I'm going to give you guys the cliff notes, okay? She was going into Lowe's, she was stealing, and they basically linked her from the clothing she was wearing during the thefts. She actually wore the same clothes one day when she went into Lowe's, stole a bunch of stuff, went into Jeffrey's car, and then drove to go see him. And she was on camera at the prison wearing the same clothes that she wore when she was stealing in Lowe's earlier that day. What was she stealing from Lowe's? Like fucking tools to like break them out? I don't know. But she posted bail. Now this correct me the fuck up, because at one point, Jeffrey had two women, okay, Varya and a woman named Mary, defending him, saying he was the greatest dude on the face of the earth. Well, Mary finally got her head out out of her ass and realized that Jeffrey is a freaking scum of the earth. Okay, and she has moved on, and like she says, over here, happily married, unincarcerated, and minding my business like living my best life. Okay, so yeah, I want to know who this support system Varya has, who bailed her out of jail, who was so worried about her. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Yeah. So anyway, so before I let you guys go, just a couple of miscellaneous updates, okay? We have Faith and we have Natalie who had Lipo 360, guys. Did you know that? Natalie had Lipo 360 and she is back in the gym. We have Ed who says he was in two pools, okay? I was in a pool in Miami 45 minutes ago. Now I'm in a pool in Fort Lauderdale. What happened? Did you get kicked out of the pool in Miami? But I just want to say, to this fucker, you got what you wanted. You got my attention, and now you're blocked. Bye bye. Go back over to the Dirty Bird's nest, because it seems like you are a Dirty Bird sympathizer. And yes, I'm using a What Socks term for Angela. So go fly on back over to the Dirty Bird's nest and go eat some kibbles and bits. Okay? So, bye bye, bitch. Now, Brittany, we have been seeing her from the front. We have been seeing her from the back, all angles. But when I scrolled by and I saw her doing this on my IG, I said, what in the actual fuck? This is the world's largest gummy worm, and she was eating it on IG. She says it tastes like Kool-Aid. I was like, what in the world is in her mouth? Yeah. Anyway, so if you guys watch Virgins, okay, I I actually had a chance to sit down and had a girls chat with Rasha. Rasha is a trip, you guys. She's a trip on TV. She's a trip off screen. So if you happen to watch Virgins, check out my interview. And just like I started off this video with a message from a cast member, I'm going to end it with a message from a cast member. Renee is still going on about cheating. Okay. So she says, I had a vision regarding someone. Let's just say the family is a bit loud and greedy. I mean, questioning and demanding and mean. I mean, they are jealous for one and demanding money. And because he can't help, they are yelling, saying, you don't care about us, and acting very hateful and very ghetto greedy. Never wanting him to be happy, only thinking of themselves. Also, judging by his behavior, he became screwed up, weird, and rude simply because of them. Renee, respectfully, if you're listening, please, it is really time to move on. Okay, seriously. So, before I let you guys go, I just want to say rest in peace to Alyssa Rosenbrook, and more importantly, justice for baby Alyssa Rosenbrook, because something happened to her. Okay? She passed away, and one of her parents, or possibly both, in my opinion, are responsible. Something happened to this baby girl. So I just want to say justice for this poor little baby. Thank you, everybody, for watching me. Please subscribe, like, share, and consider joining my membership. Have a great rest of your Sunday. See you next time. Thank you, everybody.